The weather seems nice again today. More clouds, but more sunlight, I guess, as well, compared to the other day. So it should be a good opportunity again to film some spots. And what I read today, how about this one, where apparently, I guess, in some places, again, they're taking drones more seriously, trying to become a leader in the space of sort. As it says here, Andhra government invites proposals for empanelment of drone-as-a-service providers. The Andhra Pradesh government has invited proposals for aspiring entrepreneurs and industry leaders in the drone industry for empanelment of drone-as-a-service providers. Andhra Pradesh is rapidly progressing with the aim of becoming the drone capital of India. The state's vision is to develop the world-class drones using indigenous technologies and to emerge as a significant player in the global drone industry. Aspiring entrepreneurs and industry leaders are invited to submit proposals and shape the future of the drone industry in alignment with the vision of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu. The AP Drone Corporation is executing strategic initiatives to foster rapid growth in the drone sector and is working to make the drone services widely available in the administration and to the public. And it says here, quote, the corporation has extensively studied how drones can be beneficial and in which sectors they can be effectively used. It has identified over 100 practical drone use cases across sectors and continues to explore new applications. Proposals are welcome from startups, established companies, and individuals eager to innovate in this space, the release said. And they say a state-of-the-art drone city is being developed over 300 acres in Orvakol, Colonel District. A master plan and land acquisition are already completed. The AP Drone Corporation invites enthusiasts, investors, and companies to come forward and invest in this project. Well, India is one of those places that are taking drone tech really seriously and wanting to be a leader per se. And with that thought, in some places they find drones as a nuisance, causing delays and so forth. But how about this one? Normally in these types of news, you'd hear it being related to things, for example, like airport delays. But this one here says, disruption due to drone overcrowding caused suffering to metro passengers. Metro rail services in Dhaka faced significant disruptions today after a drone fell on the track, forcing authorities to halt operations temporarily. The incident, coupled with overcrowding and inefficient service management, left hundreds of commuters stranded and frustrated. Samim, a private service employee for Mirpur, expressed frustration over the lack of security personnel at the stations. He said, quote, I've missed 2 trains because people kept cutting in line and standing outside designated areas. There wasn't a single security officer managing the crowd, making it extremely difficult to board in an organized way. He also criticized a rapid pass recharge system, questioning why passengers must endure long queues instead of having digital payment options. Farooq Ahmed, managing director of Dhaka Mass Transit Company Ltd, confirmed that the metro rail services was suspended briefly after a drone was found on the track, saying, quote, it took time to remove the drone and resume operations, he said. He also acknowledged the unusual passenger surge, stating that gates were temporarily closed at some stations to manage overcrowding and ensure safety. We had to control the flow to accommodate passengers already inside and allow new ones to enter safely. I'm actually wondering about that in general, because it seems like people were complaining about the service even before, I guess, the drone in general. And in this case, I'm wondering if the drone fell on the track, wouldn't the thing get destroyed if the train just ran over it, per se? It'd be interesting to see the actual drone hardware too, to see whether or not it warranted that much of a delay just to take something off the track. And it gets you to think, in this case, kind of like in other situations potentially, where they always blame it on a drone per se, even if it's something else. So is that potentially the situation here, where all these delays and so forth, while you could argue the drone fell on the track so they had to take time to deal with it, was the delay more due to other factors, kind of like what it was being implied, like in those comments and so forth? And today there was this video going around a lot online. As you know, there's an election, and apparently there's a push to ban potentially American, I guess, social media platforms in general, claiming, for example, they're promoting things like racism and all that. You can hear, I guess, the speech here first.
Large American online platforms have become seas of racism, misogyny, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and hate in all its forms. And they're being used by criminals to harm our children. My government will act. And today we're announcing our plan to fight crime, to protect Canadians, and to build communities that are safe, secure, and strong. A plan to make Canada secure, to make Canada strong.
That doesn't sound good overall in terms of things like censorship in general. as well, for most social media sites, is there actually one big one that's actually made in Canada? I think most of them are made elsewhere around the world. For example, even things like YouTube, for example, it's based on companies like Google and all that, that's US based. So would there be virtually no, quote, social media in Canada in general? Although when people mention things like racism and stuff in this context, I'm always wondering, what the heck do you mean by, quote, I guess, racism in general? Are you truly against discrimination and stuff in general? Or are you just using buzzwords like there, where hopefully people of a certain, I guess, ethnic group per se will immediately identify with it? All right, see you guys later.